Good morning, everyone. Happy Supercharged Manifesting Monday. It's the start of another week. And as always, I'm excited to be with you guys. Today, we're talking about your fears, your fears, and how they can actually be a gift. And of course, everything that we talk about every Monday morning is all about manifesting the life of your dreams, whether that's manifesting more abundance in health, wealth, relationships, spiritual connection, whatever it might be. It's all about ultimately that we have the power to create the life of our dreams. And so I consider this little Monday morning talk some spiritual coffee to kick us off for the week and, just get us going in good energy, good vibration. So good morning. I'm going to look over there so I can see people that are on live. Hey, Lisa, Valerie, Teresa, good morning. Those of you that showed up this weekend for our gratitude, intention, and dream big party, oh my gosh, I had so much fun with you guys dancing. We dreaming big, writing our intentions, being in gratitude. I literally had to take myself down off of that high Saturday afternoon. But it was just so amazing to be with so many of you and, just stand in our power and activate the thing that we all have within, the ability to create our lives and to consciously choose what we want to experience. So that was a lot of fun. If you were there, big heart, you warmed my heart, that's for sure. And I would love a little, just a quick check-in from our conversation last week where we talked about closing cycles. Valerie, I want to give a shout out to you because I know you posted in our Science of Getting Rich group that you took Monday and just started closing some cycles and how amazing it felt. I know several of you posted in the comments too during the week, and I absolutely love that. I love when we have these conversations on Monday and then throughout the week, or if you watch the replay, you go underneath the video or you go in the group or on my page and just share, this is what's happened for me because I watched that or I started to do it. So that was amazing. Iris DaCosta, very early for you, but you're here. Mwah. Good morning. Leslie, morning. Miriam from the Netherlands. Good morning from all over the world. Good morning. And those of you watching live on Jamaicans.com, good morning to you too. So let's jump right into this conversation around our fears. I know if you're like me, I've made my fears that guy because here's been my thinking. I know that when I want to manifest something, right, the things that come up for me are either in one of two camps. They're either going to help me move forward to having this desire manifest quickly in my life, or it's going to delay it. I'm never going to say it's going to stop it, but I'm going to say that there are things within me that will delay my manifesting. And there are times when it will just downright stop it, right? But sometimes we make the things that delay it the bad guy, like our fears or our doubts or disbelief. And what I want to share with you, especially as we come to the end of 2020, is I want us to go into 2021 completely empowered, really amplifying the way that we are creating our lives, know in full awareness what are the things that propel us to have it happen faster, and what are the things that pause us, make it take a little bit longer, right? So I want to recap. What would I say? I want us to kind of rename the things that we have on this side that we've made the bad guy. I want to turn them into gifts, and one of those things are our fears. Now, this week, this came up a lot in several different conversations for me. And so I knew this was a thing that we needed to talk about. I have I'm on my tippy toes, by the way. I forgot to put on my heels and I feel like I'm way down here. But I'm on my tippy toes. If you see me going up in different height, that's what's going on. Actually, now that I look down, my shoes are right here. So how about that for impromptu? Ask and you shall receive. They're right here. So here I am. Perfect height now. Okay, so I was having a conversation with an amazing client of ours this week, and my heart just went out to her because what she was describing is exactly what I've gone through, and I know several of you've gone through. So she called me up, we had a call, and she said, I feel stuck. And it was very heavy for her. She was crying and just really emotional about that. And when I tell you my heart went out, because I know how many times have we said, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. There's something going on. I'm not manifesting. I'm not feeling like myself. I'm procrastinating. I'm worried. I'm not believing. However we language it, right? Here is the thing. And I asked her one question. Why do you think, what's going on? Why do you think you are here right now? And at first she said, I don't know. And I said, that's not true. You do know. So I'm going to start right there. Whenever you feel like that and you want to say, I don't know, don't give in like that. That's like taking the easy road out. And that's not true. We all know. And I'm going to help you really make it simple. You are in fear, period. You are in fear. If you ever have any of those feelings, just know that you're in fear. And here's the thing to make it even simpler. You're either in love or fear. It's either one of those things. When you're in love, you feel amazing. You move forward. Life is great. When you're in fear, you have all the feelings that I just described and you feel stuck. And now that's the kind of feeling that if you stay there and you don't acknowledge it, if you say, I don't know, and you don't acknowledge it, that lack of acknowledgement is going to be the very thing that delays your manifesting. It's going to slow it down because you're not calling it out. You're not being true. It's kind of like I told her, it's like the boogeyman in the dark closet and you're sitting in the room and the light is off and you're absolutely convinced that there's some big, dark, scary thing in that closet. Remember that as a kid? And you're absolutely convinced that that's what's going on. And then you turn the light on, open the door, and there's nothing. Right. So when we don't acknowledge our fears, they stay in that closet and have us convinced that there's something bad going on, that it's not going to happen for us, that we're not doing the right things. Why bother? Why believe? All that stuff. Right. That's what happens. So we have to call it out. I am in fear. That's it. I am in fear. I was reading or listening to something on YouTube this week that really spoke to this. So I want you guys to type this one. The heart desires, and the mind creates. So our desires, when you want something that's so pure, there's nothing, we sometimes try to understand our desires. That's pointless. It's so pure. It's from God. It's from the universe. It's from source. Honor it. Your heart desires and your mind creates. The thing is, in the mind is where we have the room for everything else, from our past, from our experiences. It's where our fears and our doubts, that's where they can live. So if the mind creates, then our fears can create because it lives in our mind. Our heart desires, my heart desires, and my mind creates. That is why mastering our mind and understanding the things that happen in our mind that will delay the manifestation, all the stuff on this side, is the most important work to do. Really, it is the number one job you should have, is to figure out what are the things going on in my mind that will delay my manifestation? Because I don't know about you, but the moment it pops up in my heart as a desire and I acknowledge, yes, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I want this in my life. I want it, period. I want it. And so I have to become responsible for what are the things that of my own doing would get in the way. And when I understand the things that would get in the way, then it's my responsibility to take care of them. So acknowledging that you are in fear gives you the opportunity to purify your mind. That's how your fears are a gift. If you are not willing to acknowledge that you are in fear and that you even have fears, then you are, in essence, missing out on the opportunity to speed up your manifestation, right? So the moment you start to look at your fears as a gift, because they're letting you know, instead of saying, I don't know, ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What am I afraid of is a great question to ask when you feel like you're feeling stuck. Actually, you guys type that. What am I afraid of? Think of whatever the big thing that you want to manifest that's seeming like it's being slow, it's not coming, you're starting to doubt and not believe and all that stuff. And just ask yourself, What am I afraid of? Because the human psychology is so interesting. We will acknowledge that we really want something. We really want this big desire that we have. But at the same time, here's what's very interesting. We're also scared to death to have it. We are. And to me, I don't know about you, but to me, that's like, that doesn't even make sense. It's like, here's a great example. When I first got into personal development, I would go to events, and they were mostly female attended events. And I remember just sitting in the back of the room, hearing all these women talk about how afraid they were of success. Now I'm sitting back there going, nothing about this makes any sense to me. Why are they saying they're afraid of success? Like, don't we all want to be successful? Like, that doesn't make sense. I mean, this went on for like a year and a half to 2 years. I would go to event after event, and they'd be crying and emotional, talking about how afraid they were of success. And I did not get it, could not compute in my mind, until one day I sat and I was willing to ask myself, well, I'm not at the level of success that I would like to have. What am I afraid of? I didn't think the answer was going to be success. I tell you that. I did not think my answer was going to come back, you're afraid of success. Because remember, that didn't make any sense to me. And so I was therefore not willing to acknowledge that. But thank you, God, I sat there that day, and in my truth, I recognized I was afraid of success. Because becoming successful at that time meant that I was going to have to do things differently than my husband wanted me to do, than my mom would have expected. Like, my family wanted me to go get a job, and I didn't, my success did not look like getting a job. And so if I became successful the way I wanted to become successful, it would mean I would defy the people I love and care about. And so, yes, I was afraid of success, right? I was also, if I went after success the way I wanted, like the fear of, is it going to work? Oh my God. And what's going to happen on the way to success? One of the things that I feared was, if I become successful in business, it's going to mean I'm going to give up my freedom. I'm going to have to give up my freedom, because everybody tells me you have to be willing to work and sacrifice and do all this and hustle to become successful as an entrepreneur. So I was like, well, maybe I don't really want that. Maybe I'm really afraid of having that, because I want to be free. I want time. I want it to be easy. So I am afraid of success. Can you guys see? And can you give me some hearts and type and let me know, yes, I get it, I understand now? And really be willing to ask yourself, in whatever area of your life that something's happening that you are not manifesting what you want, what am I afraid of? Now, one of my favorite books is The Alchemist, right? And an alchemist is someone that can turn lead into gold. And so the conversation I want to have this morning is to inspire you. How can you turn your fears into love? Because if you can turn your fears into love, you get back on track, you get back in speedy manifesting. And that's what I really, at the end of the entire conversation, that's what I really want to share with you guys this morning. How can you do that, right? So here's the thing. First, you have to be willing to acknowledge, my fears are a gift. When I become aware of my fears, when I really saw that I was afraid of success, that's 2 years I went in denial, where that fear was playing out in my life and I wasn't moving forward, becoming the level of success that I wanted to be. But the moment that I acknowledged that I was in fear, I could transform the fear now, because I had said, yes, there you are, you exist. Right? So how can you remember that the fear is coming up for you to purify it? Every time you want to manifest something, there's going to be things that are going to show up along the way to tell you, this is the stuff that you still have within you that is giving you the opportunity to clear it, to transform it, to purify it, to release it. Every single time you want to manifest something, especially the bigger the manifestation, the more you're going to see that stuff come up. And what I want you to do in ending 2020 is to start to recognize when that stuff comes up, oh, this is just an opportunity for me to transform all these things so that the next time I go to manifest something big, I don't have to deal with these things anymore because I've worked on them, released them, purified them, whatever it might be that was needed. All right. So first, step number one is to acknowledge I am in fear. I am in fear of whatever it might be. This is unique to you. You have to figure it out. Number two, and I want you guys to type this because I want you to, this is something you're going to do later on your own. When this Facebook Live ends, go to your bathroom, go to your bedroom, wherever you have a mirror, and you are going to have this conversation with yourself, right? So it's going to sound like this, your name. So for me, it would be Tasha. I would look in the mirror and say, Tasha, I see that you're afraid, and I love you anyway. Tasha, I see that you're afraid and I love you anyway. Don't type yet because I want you to type the entire sentence I'm going to say. So it's going to be your first name. I see that you're afraid and I love you anyway. And the truth is, everything always works out for me. Right? So there you go. I want you guys typing that. Your first name. So whatever your name is. So for me, it's Tasha. I see that you're afraid and I love you anyway. I see that you're afraid and I love you anyway. And the truth is, everything is always working out for me. Let's see. Let's see. I want to see you guys typing. I want to see you guys typing. Your name. I see that you're afraid and I love you anyway. That is the alchemy. That is the way you turn your fear into love. Don't make it the bad guy. Acknowledge it as a gift. Like, I see that you're afraid, and clearly this means there's something for me to work on. I see it. I see it, and I love you anyway. And the truth is, everything is always working out for me. That is the truth. That is what you need to remind yourself of in that transformation process. I love it. Look at all of you guys. Cindy says, I see that you're afraid and I love you anyway. Felicia, I see that you're afraid and I love you anyway. And you have to say this part too. And the truth is, everything is always working out for me, because that is the truth. That is the absolute truth. Now, the longer you take to acknowledge that fear is the longer it takes for everything to work out for you. So the reason we want to acknowledge it and just shower ourselves in love is that allows us to get back on track and back into the manifesting and the love energy and have things happen faster. All right. Oh my goodness. I absolutely love seeing all of you guys typing. You're amazing. You are amazing. To show up every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern, I know for different parts of the world it's different times, but that you're here to have this conversation and to do these little things make such a difference. I don't know about you, but I would beat myself up when I acknowledged that I was in fear. I would make myself wrong about it, which only made it worse, right? So now, and I've had this conversation so many times this week that I just want to share this with all of you, because this is what I've been doing, is anything that I see I want to make myself wrong about, I turn it into love. I turn fear into love. I turn doubts into love. I turn lack of belief into love. I turn being imperfect into love, everything into love. And I see it all as a gift, because everything good and bad that happens on the road of manifesting is all contributing to the desires of your heart coming your way. The desires of your heart, the moment you acknowledge that they're there, they're walking towards you and you're walking towards them. They're pure. Your desires are pure. It's the stuff that happens in your mind that might delay how fast you walk towards it. But you have to see all the things that come up on the journey as part of just you getting the opportunity to transform and change. So you move towards that faster. All right. Okay. That's my share for this morning. I absolutely love seeing all of you guys on here. Jackie, I love it. I love it. Couple dates for those of you that were not on the party with us on Saturday that I want to have everybody mark off in their calendars. First date is December 30th. It's a Wednesday, so it's going to be in the middle of the day that Wednesday. We're going to do Intention 2021. So you want to mark your calendars and make sure you start paying attention to see what the details are, how you can participate in that. We're not going to do a word of the year. We're going to do an intention. of the year, an intention for 2021. That's like a couple sentences, not just one word, right? And then January 9th, we're going to do our board. Remember last week I asked you who would like to do the board, and you all said yes, 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 you love that. So I decided Saturday, January 9th, we're going to get together and I'm going to show you how to make your manifested board for 2021. And then on February 13th, it's a Saturday, we are going to do a board like this, but it's going to be just for your money, just for prosperity and abundance, all your money stuff, all your finances, a board just for that. Can you imagine? So Saturday, February 13th is the date that we're going to do that. So mark that off in your calendars, those 3 dates, December 30th, January 9th, and February 13th. Watch for details so that you all can come and we can create 2021 powerfully. All right. Last thing, if you're watching and you are not signed up for our reminders to let you know when I am going live, you want to type reminder in the comments. If you're watching on my Tasha Chen speaker page, type reminder, and that should give you a prompt to sign up for the little reminders that go out in Facebook Messenger before I go live. If you're watching on Jamaicans.com or my personal page, then there should be a link in the description to this video. You just click the link and the reminder prompt will come up that way too. All right. Mwah. I love you guys. Go turn your fears into love. Remember, your fears are a gift. They're letting you know that there's something there for you to transform and release, let go, purify. It's getting in the way, and it's an opportunity for you to just release it, work on it, love it, so that you get back into manifesting quickly. I love you guys. Have a great Monday. Bye, everyone. See you next month.